Hi, this is me on absolutely no sleep, and I don't have a lot of time. I am just, I have been living in agony, as most of you know, but it's mental and physical. The physical creates mental duress, and um, just completely. I guess okay. I want to say two things. Sorry, I didn't prepare for this. I've been sitting here, and hell is supposed to be levels of torment, right? And um, my mom, I've been sitting in here for about 10 minutes listening to her struggling just to get up and go to the bathroom, to get on her wheelchair and get in the bathroom and actually go to the bathroom and clean herself up is such a chore. And I'm sitting here listening to her like over and over again. And it just rips your heart out. Like, oh my god, I look like a zombie. I have not slept. It rips your heart out to hear the constant crying and whimpering. It's what am I supposed to do? I help her with everything that I can, and then I come in here and put my headphones on. Like, I can't just sit and listen to that because it would break me down even more than I already am. Um, and I want to go on record here and say that so much of what happens in this life, people just blow off as, oh, that's life, or that's weird, or that's bizarre. And they don't realize, they walk around not realizing that a lot of stuff is done on purpose to see your reaction. By who or by what is up for debate, but I think it's different for each person. But I mean, once you become aware of the fact that there's forced movements, forced speech, um, the depletion of empathy is one of the big signs when you are the most compassionate person on earth and suddenly you feel nothing. It's really scary. And I had to come claw my way back from that because I knew my heart was love. But I became a very angry person for a while because of allowing bitterness to remain in my heart for all those years and things. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go in a second. But I just literally, I've been very sensitive to the cold. The bright lights are really upsetting me. In my right eyeball here, when I look up to the right, I see a constant spinning fan, and I'm having, oh, this is gonna be hard. I wish you could see. That's gonna draw some flack, but there's things going on here. I have had a parasite problem for a while, and I found out it was parasitic by doing the parasite cleanse. It confirmed it for me because my whole body pretty much fell apart and shut down. It paralyzed me from the waist down for about 3 minutes, and I could not move. It felt like my insides turned to liquid putty, and it felt like my bones shifted, and then everything solidified. And I mean, that's called hydrogel. That's called biofilm. That's called banding. That's called implanted shit when you were probably still in the womb. And then through childhood, these bands grow up. They grow up under your arms on either side. They grow up around underneath your breasts. You'll feel it constrict sometimes. There's these bands, and people are going to try to tell you that it's just your lymph system being clogged up. So you're going to spend more money, more time buying all this stuff to clean out this lymph system that's just all clogged up. Okay, maybe it is clogged up, but it's also a banding system, and it's biofilm and hydrogel, just different things that nobody wants to talk about. And if I was pretty and had a platform and yada yada, people would probably listen to me. I'd be the one getting asked to do interviews because seriously, I want my story out there before something happens to me. There is so much that I could tell you about being targeted, about being chronically sick forever, being born sick, I've had a doctor tell a friend of mine that he was completely healthy. He couldn't believe how healthy he was. I got the guy to do the detox for 14 days, the fruits and vegetables, and take the detox herbs. That man fell apart and went into bed like he was dying. This completely healthy model of a man. Over and over and over. I mean, I can give you countless times that I've told people to do certain things and they end up realizing that they're sick. Like the sensory bombardment, we just blame our sickness, blame ourselves. This like hypersensitivity, fight or flight, panic. The doctor had told me two things. One of the doctors said that number one, my fight or flight was always on, and there was something that couldn't flip it off. And number two, that if I didn't get treated, that I would be in a wheelchair within 2 years. Well, just to spite him, I got out and walked the 2 miles home. This was when I lived in Michigan. That thing in my eye. I can't find one other person who has the spinning fan, black propellers in your right eye. It's all the time. I'm looking at it now constantly. I went to see an eye specialist about that and I got angry at him, so I got up and walked out to the car to smoke a cigarette years ago. And 4 of them came flying out the door after me in their white lab coats and all, begging me to come back in and finish the exam. And this was after I had explained to him about what was in my eyeball. Now I have to go get another MRI because they the radiologist said that what was in my brain was 2 white lights, unspecified. They said possibly aluminum. So I've been walking around thinking that, and the brain surgeon took one look at my scan the other day and said that's blood. So I have to get it redone. It explains it though. I've been telling them my brain was swelling. I've been saying if something's shrinking, like something's yanking me down, and nobody wants to listen to me because I'm just some funny looking person on a YouTube. But I have the answers to a lot of this, but it's difficult to apply it to your own life when you're being bam, 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 bam from all sides constantly. The hypervigilance, like constantly looking around and thinking, it's not a mental illness. It is a symptom of neurotoxicity and blood poisoning. And they have tried so hard to keep me from healing from that. There's been a lot of physical sabotage even in my life. It started with people stealing things like my bicycle from the side of the house and just different. I noticed stuff was moved around. People had tried to break into my dad's car. He came home one time and somebody was in here, stole one of his albums and ran out the side door. Well, he tried to chase him and the person disappeared into thin air. When I was in Michigan, somebody had put antifreeze in the oil section of the car and sliced the brakes just enough so that we would get in a car wreck, which we did. People tried to blame Morgellons for all the holes in the clothing. I am not fooled anymore. All those people that spent time talking to me, telling me lies on purpose. Shame on you. I have no mercy for those people, and that's something I gotta obtain. I have to forgive. And I do. I choose right now to forgive them. God, show them how wrong they were. I mean, all the hours they spent talking to me, and then they probably sat back and laughed at me. I know a lot of people have recorded me without my permission and taken photos without asking me first. I've seen you do it. There's been sabotage of reputation. People were making up lies about me when I was in Michigan, trying to, like, they were flat out lies, stuff that never happened. So you can see that the white dots here real clear today, the white circles. And look, my friendly friend. And you may not be able to tell, but I've lost weight. These things are not going away. These are not fat pads. And why, when I pinch it like that, do I feel something move back? I mean, I showed that it moves a lot, but I think it was this side. Yeah, there it is. There you go. Oh, it bit me. See that? Must have been last night. Oh my God. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Look at it. Oh, there's something there, though. There's something right there. And it just slipped out of my fingers. Oh, I don't know what to do. I am in a dire state of needing physical intervention. If anybody out there hears me, good. Oh, yeah, and look, these tiny little hairs right here. I have grown my hair out and not cut it forever. Look at those. Okay, I'm done. I look like a fool right now, and I really could care less. I know I'm telling the truth. And, that's another thing. The stuff that happens to us, TIs, is basically what they call punishment for anything. Like, you have to be deemed unhonorable. Yelling at your family, yelling at your child, yelling at your parents. It's called dishonor. And I find it funny that it says in the Bible, the ravens of the valley will pick out the eyes of those who scoff at their parents. Do you know what the eye machine mechanism thing is called? The weaponry? It's called Raven Valley or Raven something. They take over your eyes. Raven. The ravens of the valley will pick it out. You got to decode the Bible. You really do. In these times, it's dangerous for me to even make these videos, but I'm here. One lonely voice in a world that goes by appearance, in a world that doesn't care but pretends they do. Oh, I'll pray for you. That is not what Christ taught. We do not judge because you don't know if that person is really themselves. We do not go by appearance because the spirit is the only thing that's real, and this is nothing. I'm just so sick of the people going by appearance. The most beautiful things are hidden in ugly treasures, I think. Anyway, I mean in ugly vessels. Ugly, I say that with the parentheses because nobody's ugly in God's eyes. Nobody. All right, I'm gone. So have a great day. And I have so much more to say, but I have to leave, so I don't have time. I love you.